Good morning, put on a happy face. Good morning. I don't know the rest of the song.
Was that
all
actually,
over the place to you and you and you? I think it's like a...
That was your real song?
I think it's like a Sesame Street thing or something. Where's that from, everybody?
Oh my goodness, I loved Sesame Street.
Good morning, buenos dias.
I'm going to make sure my volume's off. Good morning, welcome to Brian&Carrie in the morning.
Oh.
Coffee.
That moment.
Fawn Marie says good morning.
Hi, Fawn. This is like my second time seeing Fawn today. Because she was in my Simple Results group before when I did my journal life.
And she was on my partner's call just now.
She's everywhere.
This is a Fawn type morning. How come I'm not getting notifications on my phone?
Can we play a game?
Yeah, but how come I'm not getting notifications on my phone?
We're going to play a game today.
Because look at me, people are here, and yet all I see is Fawn Marie.
Refresh it.
Okay.
This is the game today. I want to see how many one-liner lyrics from Pitbull's music we can drop today. Because I was like, we're everywhere. She's everywhere.
That was a Pitbull lyric.
That was a Pitbull lyric.
Hi, Kelsey Wormsbecker. Okay, this is vexing me because I'm seeing so many things over there and nothing right here.
For the record, yesterday, it was the opposite.
Really?
Hi, Chris Goldowski.
Hi, Chris Goldowski. Hi, Chris and Michelle.
I have decided, by the way. Oh, this is the pre-show.
Yeah.
This is the time I can talk about anything.
Yeah.
I have decided, challenge accepted to myself.
Hi, Anna.
Fritas. My challenge is I am going to see if I can wear a different piece of clothing every single day that we do Brian&Carrie in the morning. So basically, I'm going to go through my entire wardrobe. Might end up even wearing my wedding dress. Who knows? But that's the challenge. Challenge accepted. Does it count when you challenge yourself?
It does. Why shouldn't it?
So I got this recent shirt, which has got very puffy sleeves, which I don't normally like, but I kind of like it because it's red.
Look, you're wearing shoulder pads.
I feel a little bit on fuego.
Justin Bosley's here.
Hi, Justin.
I am not getting any of the stuff here that I'm seeing come up over there.
Kelsey has shared it out twice already.
We haven't even asked for it yet. Thanks,
I'm
Kelsey.
in love with it.
Kelsey. What? Be more Kelsey. There's my hashtag. Be more Kelsey. Share this.
You know, I have. I was talking about this again.
Kristen Michelle likes the red on you.
Thank you. I actually when I'm blonde, I like red on me. It's a better color for me when I'm blonde.
That makes sense, actually.
Hi, Tatiana. Second time seeing Tatiana today. We're just everywhere with you guys, aren't we?
Tatiana Rameau.
She was in my Simple Results.
Bon matin, Tatiana, ça va? Aujourd'hui, French.
I'm actually going to talk a little bit about... Hi, Kelly Goldowski.
I can't see any of those here.
I'm going to message... No.
Zuckerberg hates us.
Or he just hates you.
Why would he just hate me?
I'm going to talk today a little bit about my Simple Results group.
Brian in the morning.
Do you want me to do it now or after?
Brian&Carrie in the morning.
Can I do it now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here's the thing. Ladies, I'm sorry, men. I'm not trying to be sexist.
Sexist.
But this is a ladies only thing. If you are a
sexist.
Woman, the criteria for this is if you are a woman. That's the criteria. If you are a woman, I strongly encourage you to ask to join my Simple Results Women's Group.
Yeah.
It is a women's only community.
What's it called?
Simple Results.
I have a new name you should call it.
What?
All the broads.
Don't confuse people.
Broads only.
No, it's called Simple Results.
Broads.
Hi, Cousin Dave. Okay, stop. One second.
My bad.
Simple Results. You have two options. You can go and type up into your Google task or your Facebook taskbar Simple Results, or just message me and I'll give you access to it. It is a free community. It is free. And
how much does it cost?
Free. It's nothing. I'm in there every single day, multiple times a day. And what we're doing right now is I'm actually doing a journal live every single day, which is an amazing opportunity for you to tune up your 4-pillar journaling.
Or tone it, either one.
You know, come, ladies, come join.
Okay, I have some housekeeping to do now. Vivian is here.
Salut, Vivian.
Lori Molnar is here. Chris Goldowski asks producer Chase to fix my shit because my shit's broke. What's that?
Hit it.
Chase says hit it.
Hi, Cousin Dane. Did I say that already? You should never drop yourself.
He's the producer. He knows
Why would
things.
you listen to him?
Tatiana says, bon matin, back to me. Paul Samard, love that guy.
Paul.
He came to a live event we did in Montreal.
Hey, Devonshire.
Dane, your cousin, wants a BG group.
He moved into the middle of nowhere.
I love the middle of
By the way, he's asked for that multiple times. There are men asking. Every time I talk about my women's group, people are like, when is Brian going to do one?
I'm going to do one. You know what it's going to be called? No Broads.
You're getting in trouble for that. Hi, good son.
Oh, Joe back.
Matthew says hi.
But can I keep going though? Because
I
there's
can
more.
go too though.
But because I was going.
Yeah, but you stopped.
You've already shown your sexist ways.
You've stopped to talk to somebody, so
Carrie Campbell's a chauvinist.
I'm not.
Joanna Groat's here. Colleen the Funny One Danielson is here. Lynette Macy's is here. Troy Allen is here. Good Son is here. Sassy Pants Persist is here. And Justin Bosley can't wait to move to the middle of nowhere. And by the way, Henry Caroof is here. It reminds me of the San Francisco 49ers cheer.
Can I...
Caroof!
Hi, Janica. Second time seeing Janica as well this morning.
And Robin Ann Ragone. Is it Ragone or Ragone? Ragoon.
That, I think, is Robin Ann Canley. It's just a new last name.
Really?
I believe so. Robin Ann, it's right. I'm right about that, right? Are you Robin Ann Canley? Is it Robin Ann Canley? That was her name, right?
She's, I remember her great energy.
I think it's the same person.
Really? Tammy Montevenise is here?
It snowed in Chicago.
I know it.
And they're still skating on ice skates in Toronto.
As long as they're 6 feet of distance.
It's crazy.
Distancing.
It's crazy for me to think about the fact that there's still snow where we used to live.
I love that Chase producer is right now talking to Matthew Gopher.
Hi, Tanya, Christina.
On our live stream.
You said...
Dane, I'm a Viking too. Carrie's not a Viking here.
6 feet of different distance.
Yeah.
I went to Walgreens yesterday because we had to pick up a few supplies.
Yeah.
And they have got the social distancing taped off. Like, you've got boxes.
I think that's a good idea. No, I think it's a good idea, and here's why. Because I don't think everybody's an idiot. I think some people are idiots. But I think that, I think some people don't necessarily recognize how much 6 feet is. Or they may forget.
It's you.
I'm a bit, but that's not the point. The point is, I think having it taped off and coordinated is a really smart thing. Because then when the guy in the 7-Eleven lineup stands right behind me, I can point to the tape and say, hey, idiot, step back. Without just saying, hey, idiot, step back. You see what I'm saying?
First of all, it's not Robin and Camley. Apologies, but hi, Robin Raccoon.
Her kids go to Slam.
Oh,
yeah. My kid goes to Slam, remember?
Oh, yeah.
We forgot.
No, because we have lots of Robins in our circle. That's why.
Do we?
We do, actually.
We have an abundance of Robins?
Robin O'Grady, Robin Robbins, Robin Ann Camley, Robin Kruger. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
There's another one. Robin, what's her name? I can't remember her last name, in Montreal. That's a lot.
That's
Robins.
4.
No, it's not.
I just counted.
No, you get my point.
I raised a finger every name you said. I've got it right here.
I know, but I can't read. It's actually easier for me to read there.
Yeah, Justin, I'm just going to say something about that really fast. This whole quarantine thing would be a lot more annoying if I wasn't an introvert. But I am. So I'm like, stay home.
Right.
Stay away from other people. Okay, yeah,
I'm not an introvert, and I don't mind being at home either.
No, but you slide. You're an ambivert who slides towards introversion big time.
Really? I don't know if I knew that. Yes. Also, can I tell you something else?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to watch the time for the... Oh, it's time to start the show! No, I want to say something, though. Okay, I am going to have such a hard time today because my eyes are so watery. My system is suffering from some threat at the moment.
Apparently speech is a problem.
And my eyes are so watery. This eye is just like...
Also, Nicole Wright loves your dress. Not a dress, just a shirt. Unless you... Oh, jeez, that noise.
See, I'm wearing pants. I did the chase thing.
You know what? I was going to say, if either one of our kids made that noise, you would have killed them.
I know, but whatever. I didn't have time to kill.
Hi, Tanya Powers Allen. Okay.
Hi, Brian Kopak.
Hi, Brian Kopak. Before we start the show, I'm going to preemptively say, please, right now, at least 17 times. Everybody. Once will do. Share this into your news feed because this is all about good news. And right now, there's a lack of good news. And when we actually start the show, I'm going to do the share train again. And I'm going to give my reason today for why I want people to share. But for now, it's just because I'm asking nicely.
Okay, go.
Share train, go. Choo-choo! Press share.
And often. 1 second. Hi, Jennifer Owens.
I didn't even say it.
You missed my who. We're going to try and do this 49ers thing.
49ers cheer, go. Oh.
And also, I have a new share song. Can I add it after you do the share train? Right now?
Go.
Okay, ready? Share. Share this
episode.
Share this episode. I'm gonna gonna figure out another word to go there.
Hi, Rebecca, and Brandy is having a watch party with us right now.
Can everybody have a watch party?
Is that a thing?
I think you can. I think you can broadcast the stream to your Facebook profile. I don't know how it works. Justin yesterday told us to do something. I still don't know what he meant to do.
YouTube, I think.
Hi, Mama Drops. Oh,
Hi,
yeah,
Mama Drops. Okay, we're going to start our show now. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Is this something we used to do?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Because we used to have the intro song, but then technology broke and away. We started doing that.
Oh.
Good morning. Welcome to Brian and Carrie in the Morning. Today is beautifully gorgeous here in Miami.
Tis.
It's episode number 2 of our special zombie apocalypse. Gotta get Brian and Carrie in the Morning back on the air show.
There you go. It was all happening for you.
It was happening for you, not to you. I like that. I don't know the name of today's show because I can't remember right now.
I know.
Go ahead.
Strategies to help you
get through the COVID-19 thing. If y'all know the name of our show, it'd be cool if you just told us.
What did we name this episode?
Whatever. It's going to be a barn burner. Everybody hashtag that right now. The 7th person to hashtag barn burner wins 15 Carrie Campbell points and 2 Maya points. And those are exceptionally they're worth a lot.
Those are my points. I'm giving them out.
Well, you don't give me, I have to see who's going to win.
Or I'm just giving out a few to start with.
Okay. 7th person, hashtag barn burner. Now, I can't remember the show run and how I used to do all this.
You
It hurts my brain trying to think of it all.
Share, train, grow, go,
Share,
crew.
Yeah, but there's more. I had a rhythm. I'm better at rhythm. Anyways.
Touchez pas mes lunettes, Maja. She's taking a picture.
Don't touch, yeah.
She
Okay, there's one. There's 2. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alisa in Alberta, Canada wins 15 Carrie Campbell points and 2 Maya points. By the way, hello Elisa, and also Lee Patterson is with it, and so is Orit.
Hi,
I love
adore
her.
She's so sweet.
Yes.
I can't talk today.
You're having some trouble with the conversation.
I am. I'm telling you, it's just my thing. It's my state. It's my physical state.
Okay, the show's going to be called what it is.
Look at my pretty cup.
And we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about, but here's what I want you to share. Yeah, let's go there.
Troy has the most. I still have 1 million Carrie Campbell points.
You
20.
do, and they're redeemable, I might add. Look at Maya's here. Look, she's taking pictures of all you. I'm not supposed to say you're there. I think they can see you.
You can't see her. It's a figment of your
I don't think it's a surprise. Okay, here's what I'm going to ask you to press share today. Are you ready?
I don't know.
You already know.
I have a reason. Is it the same reason that I was going to say?
I don't know. Yesterday on Brian and Carrie in the Morning special episode 1, I said to you, naturally and of course, I'm concerned for your health. Naturally and of course, we're empathetic towards everyone in the world right now who are affected by COVID-19, whether they are ill themselves or they have family and or friends who are ill. Our heart breaks for all of you, and you're in our thoughts and prayers daily. But here is my actual, real concern. And I said this yesterday. My real concern is the mental and emotional health of the world at large. Isolation is terrifying for people. Sometimes very consciously they recognize it, and sometimes they don't realize it until they're in the middle of it.
Right.
Isolation, social distancing, it is terrifying and it is terribly, terribly unhealthy from a mental, emotional perspective. And that is my greatest concern. Why is it my greatest concern? Because I'm not a medical doctor.
Right.
I can't help people who are sick. But we know a little bit about mental, emotional stuff. And that's our deepest concern, and that's the problem we want to solve right now. And that problem was proven exactly to me yesterday.
This is exactly what I was going to say.
I'm not surprised.
That's so crazy.
We said on yesterday's show, mental emotional health is our deepest concern.
Right.
And the one problem we want to solve more than any other right now. Just so happens that my cousin Pat, who I mentioned on yesterday's show, he was live with us.
Right.
He's a police officer in Ohio. He sent us a private message on Facebook yesterday afternoon. Now, this guy's been a cop for 27 years. He's seen some stuff.
Right.
But he took a special moment to private message us yesterday Because on a regular 8-hour beat cop shift, he had to respond to 3 suicide attempts.
Right.
And
Crazy.
I'm telling you, the media is making COVID-19 the greatest story. Mm-hmm. They're shoving fear and panic down your throats. And I'm not saying there isn't concern. I would never say, of course there is.
Right.
But what nobody's talking about, and what we all need to be talking about, is your mental and emotional health and stability during this time. Mm-hmm. If that's not a reason to share this out to people who need to see it and hear it and be part of the Crew Nation community, I don't know what is.
Right.
This is a community of people around the world who are coming together every day for an hour to talk, to laugh, to learn, to be together, to be communal, to not be socially distant, just physically distant. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I got goosebumps when I thought about it. Maybe, just maybe, the share that we're asking you to do today, maybe, just maybe, it shows up in somebody's newsfeed who won't have to have the police called today because they're so in the tank, they don't know what else to do.
That's what happened for Lee Patterson, right?
Precisely. So
yeah.
Please, share train right now. Choo-choo!
We're going to let you take a few seconds to share it out.
Please and thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It was powerful when we got that message from Cousin Pat. And
beyond.
You know, it's one of the reasons that you and I've ramped up our connection to our communities right
yes,
now, even
100%.
more. Like we're daily in our communities.
Yes.
But like in mine, I'm in there 3 times a day now. Yep. Like the more that we can connect with you and that we can support
Absolutely.
you, the better. So
we are Illinois Elements partners. I've increased us to more calls a week. And I even said something this morning, if we have to increase it again, we will.
Yep.
I want to be available to people. I don't want them to feel socially distanced.
Yeah. Fawn Marie just says, Michelle Adams sharing our videos and then landing in her Facebook is what changed her life.
Really?
Yeah. I knew that. You didn't know that?
I did not know that. What's up, Angela Hunter, who has shared this out
Look at this
for us.
awesome crew.
Speaking of crew, because you're all part of this crazy thing called Crew Nation, we just congregate together when the rest of the world wants to socially distance. We're pulling you in.
Just when you think you're out, they pull me back in.
That was actually pretty good. Name that movie.
Godfather.
Which one?
I don't know.
Guess.
1.
Godfather 3. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Michael Corleone. Am I right? Did I do it good? You're out there, we're in here, but we're all together, we're all part of Crew Nation. Let's do this thing. Where my crew at?
Crew!
Wow. 4th person that types crew times 4 wins.
What do they win, Brian?
1 chase point.
It's just like
that's a big deal.
like the equivalent of 10,000 carry points.
It is.
Chase doesn't give points away.
That's what I'm talking about. You want that point.
Oh my gosh, it's hot in here.
It's just you little firecracker. That was really ridiculous, wasn't it?
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3. Fawn Marie's trying really hard to win this because she's done crew times 4 3 times.
That one doesn't count. It's
it
got
is?
Crew.
Come on, where are you? Where are you?
Lee Patterson.
Colleen Danielson, you win 1 chase point.
I don't think she should because I don't think that you can do crew times 4.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm in charge. No,
Who's in charge?
I knew you were going to ask that question.
Who's in charge of the monitor right now? All right, let's get to some serious stuff.
It's all too serious to take so seriously.
Correct.
So it's serious stuff, but we're going to have some fun with the serious stuff.
I just add one of my favorite comment of the day. Sorry, my bad.
It was my fault. I hit you.
Comment of the day so far goes to Nicole Cooper, who says, she was here yesterday, she said, I did my quarantine routine and I added you into my name text line.
Ooh, which means you're somewhere in Mountain Standard Time, right?
I think that's awesome.
I love it.
I think everybody should be more Nicole. Hashtag be more Nicole. Troy Allen, you win for second runner. Your runner-up comment of the day. He hashtags bring the beard back. You know what? Let me ask you a question.
I love you, Colleen.
Carrie Campbell, should I bring my long beard back?
No.
This is why. But that's okay. I'm happy with it short.
Well, I mean, you can grow it long if you want. I'm going to love you and still find you attractive. I just like it better short.
I know.
It took me 10 years to be able to give my opinion like that, so we're just going to sink in with the fact that
recovering people pleaser, exactly. All right, today's show is called something we can't remember right now, and it doesn't matter.
Strategies for dealing with COVID-19.
But not if you have it.
No, it's not actually.
I think we named this wrong.
You named it. There's no we in naming this episode. I know my role. Brian, what do you want to name this? I set up the studio. Visuals are me, words are you.
Colleen Davis, who wins runner-up again for comment of the day. She hashtags quarantine beard. By the way, Nicole Cooper is in Alberta. Okay. That's a Brian aggressive thing right there.
Yeah, I know, and it's annoying.
Just shooting my pen away. All right.
Stay focused. Man, Okay,
listen.
Really?
I don't care what the name of the show is today. We're going to give you some of the secrets of success we've had thus far in a short-lived... I hate when she reads my notes. In a short-lived self-isolation, what has kept our mental, emotional health clearly perfectly fine?
You don't know what mine are.
Well, I know, but I don't want you to read my notes.
Am I supposed to take notes on what mine are?
You just got to start talking to me. Do you want me to go first? I'll go first. First! You know what we've done every single day?
Yeah.
We've owned the morning. It's not dissimilar from saying have a quarantine routine. But the only difference is that it gives a very specific intention for how you're choosing to wake up. Mm-hmm. So I was on a partners call just prior to this, and one of our partners, Lauren McGilvery, made a great comment. I don't know if you've experienced this yet. I don't think you have. I have. Mm-hmm. She said, when I don't own the morning, because that's what you're talking about, she says, when I don't own the morning and I'm physical first thing, the rest of the day, I kind of feel like I'm just walking around the house bumping into stuff. Mm. I can relate.
It's amazing how many hours you have when you change your routine.
Well, the thing is, the couple of times I've woken up without intention, the rest of the day has been very murky. I'm not going to say it slid me into a bad mental or emotional state, but it was notably murky. Mm-hmm. So my number one thing, and we talked about it with Quarantine Routine yesterday, and if you haven't watched yesterday's show, go watch it. It's somewhere on this page.
YouTube.
It's on YouTube. Chase the producer chimes in. Do we have a YouTube channel?
Brian&Carrie.
It's our YouTube channel? It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Brian&Carrie. Is that the name of our YouTube channel? Chase says yes. Go to YouTube. Not right now. Stay here. We talked about quarantine routine yesterday. This is a slight slant on that. Wake up with intention. So I go to bed knowing exactly what I'm going to act on first tomorrow morning. Mm-hmm. And that's the mindset I go to sleep with.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you what, because the first thing I do every day is I go for a walk, about a 30-minute walk. Here's a couple of things you might not know about me. I think walking is stupid. I think walking is the second stupidest thing you could possibly do, running being the first. Joggers kill me.
What about skiing?
Skiing is it's not even on the charts because it's that dumb. You know when I run? When I'm being chased. That's when I run. And even then, probably not. I don't like going for walks. But I like the burst of energy. I like the intention of waking up to be physical. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you that making a coffee first thing, or going to your computer first thing, or checking Facebook first thing. I'm not going to tell you it's the wrong thing for you. I don't know you, and you get to decide for yourself. But I would strongly ask you to consider making some kind of physical, energetic thing the first thing you do. It sets the tone for the rest of the day.
It gets energy moving.
It moves energy, and it moves energy to you, both, right? As a society, we are not nearly as physically fit as we should be. I don't think that's a secret. At times like this, you know what helps stabilize mental and emotional health? Physical activity. Don't put it off to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Do it first thing in the morning. Go for a nice, relaxed, more brisk, 30-minute walk. Own your morning. Be intentional about it. Drive energy through you. Drive energy to you. Increase your mental and emotional stability and happiness by that one action. That is my single greatest secret so far to staying. I'm mentally and emotionally perfectly fine.
Right.
And I think it's because I'm physically active first thing in the morning.
I love it. Also,
what say you?
I'm going to add to that, but Cousin Dane said he's shoveling snow. I'm so glad we moved to Miami.
Facts.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, of course I abide by that one as well, because we talked about it a little bit yesterday in terms of morning routines for myself.
Yes.
So it has come to my attention even more so now during this quarantine that I am highly adaptable. I tend to be a chameleon. I just adapt.
You're a really adaptable machine.
But I actually find like I thrive in it. Actually, I think there's a joy for me in like how figuring out how to creatively adapt. But so, and I actually posted this out the other day.
Sorry, go on.
I posted this out the other day. Are you thriving or surviving?
Yes.
And you know, there are a lot of people who are in survival mode. And for me, I got out of survival mode 12 years ago when I got divorced, and I'm not planning on ever going back there, right? So for me, it's all about thriving. One of the things that so here's my thing that I was going to talk about that we've been doing, or you know, I've been doing. I think you've been doing it as well.
Yep.
And I'm going to explain it a little bit more. Okay, so essentially, I've identified and filled empty space with purpose. Okay?
I love that.
So I've identified and filled empty space with purpose. Now, here is usually in the past, my evenings were, you know, we would be out during the day.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd come home and then I would have a bunch of things to do, go to the gym, whatever I was doing what I'm doing during the day now, right?
Yep.
So come 3 o'clock, and here's the thing, I'm still prepping for my competition and I fast. So at 3 o'clock, I'm done my food for the day.
Doesn't that just sound horrible?
Like, I'm done my food for the day. And literally on day one, I was like, I'm done my food for the day, but I also have nothing left to do because I've done everything for the day.
Right.
And so this for me all kind of happened unconsciously, but it was when we started talking about it that I realized it's such a great thing to teach people.
Yep.
So I identified that empty space for me. And that empty space was from 3 p.m. till about 8 p.m.
Yep.
That I was literally void of any have-tos. So rather than, I'm not a very good do nothing kind of person. Like, you won't ever catch me watch TV by myself.
Yeah, neither one of us excel at doing nothing.
It's not a real joy for me. So I started naturally moving towards creating patterns and routine inside of that. But it's important here. They're purpose driven. They're all connected to my life goals on some way, shape, or form. So this is how I filled that space. Okay. So, and these are just over-unders on time. 3 o'clock is my last meal.
That still kills me.
Around 4 o'clock is when the sun hits our balcony perfectly.
Fact.
There might not be no beach, but I have a balcony beach. That's what I call it now. It's my balcony beach.
We should put some sand out there for you.
It's my balcony beach.
So
at around 4 o'clock, I go outside and I lie in the sun for a little bit.
You too.
Not very long because not a lot of good sun exposure is good for you, but it's actually part of my fitness goals because I have to prep my base for 10 for
Not
stage.
just that, vitamin D is vital right now. It's really important
the feeling of being in the sun, and I actually nap while I'm out there. So that I go outside and I get some sun. At 5 o'clock, I shower and I get some work done.
Mm-hmm.
At 6 o'clock, I do my posing and I stretch by sunset. In front of our windows, I do my stretching and my mobility.
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock, I take Mr. Meatball for a walk. I don't need to because I got my steps by then, but he loves walking.
He's just so cute, that dog.
And it gets me out moving. And then at 8 o'clock is when I settle into decompression like normal, like I always do. But that was a big chunk of time that was empty space that I wasn't doing anything. And I was like, okay, what am I going to fill this with?
It's actually a cool point because one of the funniest memes I've seen on Facebook because of the COVID-19 thing, it simply said this: I've eaten 22 times today, napped 13 times, and checked Facebook 2,842 times, and it's still today.
Right.
My point, that's funny, but it's funny because it's true, right? I think a lot of people are finding themselves with a lot more free time than they're used to having. And look, your brain will crave comfort. Mm-hmm. It'll crave snacking foods. It'll crave binging on Netflix. Mm-hmm. We're not saying do or don't do that. Like, you decide for yourself. But recognize that I think your system there of intentionally filling downtime with things that can bring you closer to your goal is a really great strategy.
Absolutely.
Let me look at some of the comments here because some of these are great. First of all,
Share this out.
We'll get to that in a second. I promise.
We'll
do it more deliberately.
I thought I was going to be cute. I was being cute.
Again.
Share this out.
Okay.
Because you said first of all?
When I was talking about going for a walk first thing in the morning, Amy says, so instead of driving myself to the coffee stand, I could go for a walk. I like that. That was like almost comment of the day. Rebecca is walking while she's listening to us right now.
It.
I like that. There was one I was looking at before. Where did it go?
Anne Murphy, apparently you're a top fan. I don't know how you get that designation, but
I don't know where it went. It's gone.
Whose was it?
I can't remember. skis. There it is. Because I went on a rant about walking.
Right.
And how it's stupid. And Chris says he misses the old days where I used to rant on downhill skiing.
Because you don't live in the mountains anymore.
And the testosterone nut bars.
Oh my gosh, there's another BG classic.
Let me give you a quick nut bar reference. Have you noticed, by the way, that the testosterone alpha male warrior nut bars are vacant on social media? I haven't heard from any of them. No ads being pushed out.
That's really true, actually.
Can I tell you why? Because they can't sell you on your fear anymore. You can't go to their tribal retreats and punch each other in the face because, COVID-19.
Right.
However, wait till this crisis is over. Because then you're going to get bombarded with the awful warrior testosterone king nut bars. You weren't ready for this. You're not a real man. Watch for it. Prognostication, I would bet you $1 million it's coming as soon as this crisis is done.
Can I just give a shout out to Troy Allen? Troy Allen just put his cell phone number in the comments and said if anybody needs to talk or wants somebody to listen, just call.
That guy's salt of the earth.
I love our crew. I honestly,
Samesies.
I'm so blown away by the beauty.
He really is salt of the earth, that guy. You see why everybody should watch Brian and Carrie in the morning? Because it's not just about Brian and Carrie. It's about amazing people like that.
Yeah.
Can we not use that as a reason to put this in the news feeds? Share, train, go.
Choo choo!
You're a little faster than choo choo there.
I was excited to get to it. I have my next point. It's your turn.
They paint. Justin Bosley said the alpha guys, they also paint each other's bodies. I don't even want to know what that means. Because if that's real, count me out indefinitely. All right. You ready for the next one? I'm going to, because I have two more. I don't know what kind of time we have left. So I'll just do one right now. But I'm going to tell you where I got this from. One of our Eliminate Your Limits partners is a guy named Rodney Stewart. Okay, great guy. Lives actually north of us here in Florida. He has been a gym owner and a fitness pro for over 20 years. And I had all of our partners on a call today. And I'm talking to them about what the world needs. The world needs some leaders right now. The world needs some leaders who are going to create communities and safety and belonging and inclusion, blah, blah, blah. So he starts talking to me about what he's done with his fitness community, the people who frequent his fitness facility. And he's created a movement for those people called Better Than Before.
I love it.
So he's not just encouraging, he's leading, he's showing them what he's doing every single day.
Perfect.
To say, look, don't use this as a scapegoat to get worse.
Completely.
Exactly what Carrie just said. Start to fill your downtime with things that bring you closer to your goal so that when this COVID-19 thing is over, you're better than you were before. And Rodney put words to what you and I are doing. I'm still going to win the world championships in powerlifting. I'm still going to compete. I'm still going to hit 600-pound squat on my 50th birthday. Right now, I have to be adaptable about how I'm getting towards those goals.
Right.
It's not going to last forever, but I have to adapt my process. But it's not going to stop me. And you're, of course, your competition is scheduled for 13 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So Rodney put words to what you and I are living. Choose to be better than you were before.
Totally.
And what that means is a couple of things. Number one is you got to sit down and decide how you're going to use your time.
Take the time to actually
Take the time to sit and journal it out. Talk to your spouse. Talk to your friends. Talk to us. Talk to Crew Nation. Find a supportive system, a supportive community. Is there a more supportive community in the world right now than this? Talk to us. Talk to everybody here about what are your intentions? What do you want to do during this COVID? What do you want to become by the time this is all over? Be better than before. Don't use it as a scapegoat to become worse. And that, my friends, is a choice.
Totally.
So that's my second most important thing to remember right now. We've been doing it naturally, but Rodney Stewart gave me words for it today, which is why I'm going to keep crediting him. Be better than before.
Totally, I love it.
You've got to decide how that looks.
So hi Natalie Zuck, Auntie Nat. On that note, I want to say this before I give my last one. I say my last one because, we are going to keep talking until the cows come home.
Facts.
You've got to be able to have a particular mindset to be able to appreciate this, okay? So the language, for example, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And I think that's actually Tony Robbins' quote. I saw it the other day. I believe it is. And what I'm going to say is you can either look at this as a gift or a curse.
Yes.
Right? And so there are, look, I'm not gonna say that there are not situations in this reality that people are really being challenged by.
I agree.
Okay? Like there are so I am not dismissing people who are finding themselves out of work or whatever the case may be, right? I get it. There are real life practical examples of people who aren't paying their bills or whatever, okay? And so trust me.
Yeah, we're not being flipped.
Even though I believe that there's a mindset to that as well, I'm not being like naive, okay? But I will say this. One of the things that I noticed last week was, and I've been actually trying to find the words to be able to express this without sounding cynical. Mm-hmm. So I hope I don't sound cynical because I don't mean to.
Whereas I don't care if you are.
Because it's really coming from a place of compassion. I saw so many posters last week on Facebook of like, finally have the time to start my exercise routine. Mm. I'm going to choose to eat better now, or I'm so blessed to have time with my family now. Now I'm going to step into X, Y, and Z. Now I'm going to pursue this. And for me, that came for me with a lot of like almost sadness to realize that there are millions upon millions of people roaming this earth who aren't pursuing those things on a daily basis.
Right.
Because the circumstance of life, it has convinced them that they can't. So we have to experience a global pandemic before you can take your health, your fitness, your family, your relationships, yourself seriously enough to prioritize. And so I'm not saying that to say like, how foolish are you to think you can't do that in other times. Yep. But look at this time right now. You can look at it as a gift or a curse. Something's being given to you. We are all being given the time to go a little slower, think a little longer, practice a little more. Yeah. And you know, it's interesting because we've even observed this here in Miami. Like Miami is the city of cars honking.
Nonstop.
And I haven't heard a car honk all week. Like the whole world is kind of just decompressed, right? And so I say that like, use this time as a gift, not a curse. Be better than you were before. And, you know, for me, it rounds it into my last thing.
Before you get to that, can I speak to everything you just said?
Of course.
So let me say this, and, you know, you're always careful not to be cynical. I don't really care. I'm not trying to be cynical, but if you take it that way, that's on you, right? I want to draw a straight line to illustrate something to you, and I can only use anecdotally what I've seen myself and the people I know. And here it is. But I bet you this is universally true, okay? Before the COVID-19 crisis, this person was complaining nonstop about the job they hated,
right,
the money they weren't making, the lack of fulfillment they had, how crappy the world was. The same person now, during the COVID-19 crisis, is petrified because they lost their job. They don't have any money. The world's going to hell in a handbasket. Are you seeing the straight line I'm drawing?
Right.
Look at.
It's true.
We're not bound to seeing the same world. That is one of the greatest myths ever perpetuated on humankind. The world is the perspective you keep. It's the bias in the unconscious framework that gives you the perspective you're actually experiencing.
Right.
Your experience in the world is different than ours. And it's all a choice. So it kind of cracks me up, but it also really empathetically makes me so sad that people can't seem to take their own heads out their asses to recognize that you hated mostly everything about your life prior to 5 weeks ago. And now you're wishing you could have it all back.
Right.
And the poetic justice on that, I find just ironic.
It is, you know? Like,
how many shakeups or bricks to the head do you need to realize that you get one time round this thing called life, and you should do something with it, as opposed to bitch about what you don't like or the circumstances you're in. And that's always going to be reduced to one thing, a choice.
Right, completely. Well, you know, interestingly, first of all, Anne Murphy said that she's so glad she knows our pillar system. Yeah. Because she's pretty neutral.
Pretty
and like,
stuff,
I want
right?
to say, like, I want to be quite honest. Like, most of the people who've come through our system are doing really well.
They're thriving, of course.
Because they know how to navigate that mindset. So. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before you get to your thing, can I do a quick run on comments?
Sure.
Amy says she's really missed this. Love that. Kendra Turner says, Lady in Red, love it. Tiffany Gould, we were commenting about how great Crew Nation is. She says, how could you not love us? We're awesome.
You are.
I love that. Joanna says she's still going to hit her goals. Colleen Danielson to the whole better than before. She wrote that simple and brilliance. Everybody's just chiming in so great. It's wonderful to be with you guys again.
I was gonna give one point. I honestly think we could talk about this for the next 5 years.
Absolutely.
But I actually am changing my point. I was gonna talk about maintaining unstoppable, but I'm actually gonna go a different way based on what you just said.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I love my morning routine of movement is because I have a lot of thoughts that flow there. If I'm in a negative space, I can always catch it there, which rarely happens nowadays.
Sure.
But most of the time, it's when I muse on the world around us, right?
Putting chapstick on
And
in a Crew Nation.
you always do that.
I just feel weird.
And one of the things for me is like I love the study of human behavior. Like it's why I'm a clinical counselor, right? And right now, I keep making the comment that the world is like a human petri dish for me. Like it's fascinated.
It's interesting to observe.
But here's one of the things that I actually posted it this last week, I think. It's time to change the conversation. And I've seen that on Facebook. But I'm not talking about the conversation on social media.
Sure.
I'm talking about the conversation inside your head. Because the conversation that's going on inside your head right now, love it or hate it, you might want to blame the media. You might want to blame your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your sister, your friends, your neighbors who are feeding you with information. You might want to blame the politicians or media at large for the conversation that's going on inside your head. But you are the only one who controls that conversation. And now, granted, you might not have enough conscious skill yet to be able to do that. But don't for 1 second convince yourself that the conversation that's going on inside your head has to be there. And it's not a direct byproduct of influence. You know, in the first week that this all broke out last week, before my competition was actually canceled, so maybe a week before that, I actually had a conversation with Brian and everybody in our house and my coach Laiz. I was like, I don't want to hear anything about COVID-19.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, I'm prepping for a competition that hasn't been canceled yet. And I recognized that by merely listening to the details, my brain started to have conversations about, well, if it gets canceled, I can have a cheat meal. And then I started craving food, right?
Exactly.
So your conversation that's going on inside your head is being perpetuated, or instigated by society right now and the people around you, but do not negate the fact that ultimately you're the puppeteer in that.
Can I just add punctuation to that?
Of course.
Because there are cynics exist in the world who are going to interpret what you just said as, oh, she only cares about her aesthetics.
No.
Which is so, like, if that's you, go away. Honestly, that's just so far from the truth.
Give 1,000 other examples.
But really, what you just framed is inundated versus informed.
Right.
When you said to us, look, I don't want to hear about COVID-19. You weren't saying, I'm going to play positive Polly and pretend this thing isn't happening because I have a competition. You didn't want us to give you, hour by hour updates. Informed is good.
Right.
Inundated is not.
Totally.
The essence, where does our mindset system start? When we educate people on how to understand and change their own mindset, when we educate coaches on how to teach mindset properly, the very first layer that we teach is influence.
Yeah.
Your influence is the direct line to your mindset and your emotional state. The more you're inundating yourself, not being informed, that's different. The more you're inundating yourself with constant updates on COVID-19, you are setting your mental health and your emotional profile into a place that you don't get is not healthy.
Absolutely.
Informed is good. Inundated is not.
Absolutely. Let me give you another example in case the one that I gave felt too shallow for you.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling well physically. Last night it started.
Yeah.
And I feel...
I should have worn my mask.
I feel headachy. I feel achy. Not achy so much as like my eyes are watering. And last night I went to bed early, but for a split second last night, I caught myself thinking like, oh man, maybe I'm sick, right? And heaven forbid COVID-19 gets me. And then I was like, wait a second. I caught that influence right away. And I was like, wait a second. You know what? Sorry, too much information. I'm ovulating. And if there wasn't this illness going around the world right now, I wouldn't even think twice. This is my hormonal protocol, my symptoms, right? And I know that people would take any sign of sniffles as I have COVID-19, but what you don't realize is that lineage of thought ends up that will make you sicker. Like, I'm not saying don't take care of yourself and don't get checked out if you need to get checked out, but don't underestimate the power of your mindset and how it can actually make you sick.
Can I add one thing? Because yes, and I want to contribute to that, okay? Because longtime Crew Nation member Caitlin Graham says a great comment. She says, my brain is going to the what ifs. Mm-hmm. I try to stop them because I know once it starts, it just snowballs. But with everything that happened over the last 3 weeks, I go into a spiral fairly quickly. Beautiful comment. So now I'm speaking to Caitlin, but I'm speaking to everybody, okay? Please don't mistake me, as somebody in the alpha male testosterone bunch who's kind of doing the just do it commentary, but also don't mistake me as somebody who's ignorant. I'm not equating COVID-19 to the flu. I'm not equating it to anything else. I'm trying to show you the power of perspective for a second, okay? To date, in the entire world, the number of fatalities due to COVID-19 are fewer than the number of fatalities due to car accidents in one day, every other day of the year. You see that? You see that?
Of course.
Okay? But do you panic before you get in your car?
It's a great point.
And the answer is no. Do you overthink before you get behind a wheel? Do you, as Caitlin says, do I snowball because of all the things that have happened in the last 3 weeks? The answer is no. That's the point of informed versus inundated.
Totally.
The reason you likely, and there are some people who are terrified of cars, but the reason you likely don't snowball into a negative place regarding car accidents, for example, is that you're not being inundated constantly 24 hours a day on media and social media with images and interviews and prognostications of worst case scenario.
Right.
That's why. That's the point. If I had to ask what's happened in the last 3 weeks, and per Caitlin's point, and let's compare it to what's happened in the last 3 weeks in Libya. See where I'm getting at with that? The last 3 weeks is simply because it's been in your face non-fucking stop.
Completely.
That's the point. Any 3 week time frame anywhere in the world represents tragedies that aren't hitting you because you're not being inundated with them constantly.
Completely. But
I could pick a 3 week spectrum in any year for the past 20 years and show you how a three week portion represents tragedy greater than you could possibly imagine. But you don't know about it. Mm-hmm. You're not hearing about it 24 hours a day.
Right.
That's the only real difference. Mm-hmm. So that's the perspective we're trying to help you with. Yeah. Let's recap. Get outside for a walk every single morning. Move energy. Let energy move to you. Understand that mental and emotional health is at least very much impacted by physical health and physical activity. Mm-hmm. Choose to be better than before. Don't let this be a time that you're just getting drawn into the hysteria and you're leaving your goals alone. Choose goals. Find solutions for how you're going to accomplish them and opt to leave this time of human history better than you were before. Right. And what were your two?
Mine were identify and fill empty space with purpose.
Yes.
And please, for the love of yourself, change the conversation in your head if it's not a conversation that's serving you.
Which I don't know how much time we have left.
We have none.
Okay, that was my third one. Should we carry it over to tomorrow?
I think we should do a whole episode on changing language.
Right there. What Carrie just said. If you find yourself in a negative mental, emotional state, you have a choice to stay there or not. The problem is most motivational gurus leave the advice right there. Mm-hmm. Choose to be happy, they tell you. Choose to think about something different, they say. Right. Yeah, but how? Because when you're in the middle of that sink or swim, you don't know how to make that choice.
You got you covered.
Come back tomorrow, because that was my third one for today. It's making it so that our mental emotional state is staying very relaxed.
Totally.
So how about tomorrow we teach you all about that?
Perfect. Wait. Don't forget to share this.
Share, train, go. Choo, choo. Thanks for watching Brian and Carrie in the morning. See you guys tomorrow.